247 people died. That's culturally accepted death by doctor. Nobody got excited about the fact that 247 people died today or died this morning. Nobody cares. Look, it's okay. But if one person dies from raw milk, it's a front page story. It's like shoot somebody today. Okay, it's a capital murder kind of thing. By the way, there hasn't been anybody that died from raw milk in quite some time. We're trying to find out exactly who it is, and we haven't been able to find it. 3 people died from pasteurized milk in Massachusetts this last year. And there's a lot of reasons why that's going on. But anyway, this is the American food system, which is accepted, but yet it causes tremendous death and anxiety amongst us all. Anybody have a guess on what the standard of life expand, what's it called? Our lifespan in the United States is 77 years. That's our expected lifespan. However, our quality of lifespan is, when we say quality of lifespan, we're saying 46 years. It's pretty spooky, I'm 46 years old. But quality of lifespan means at what point at which the general average quality of life starts to deteriorate rapidly. That's at 46 years old, which means you've got about 31 years where you're actually being cared for by somebody else or somehow dependent upon our system here to support you biologically because you've got problems. That's not good at all. That's really bad news. And we need to make our quality lifespan and our expected lifespan marry up closer together so we are not dependent upon one another to be cared for. All the things you shouldn't eat. I think that, I don't want to go into this a lot, but these are things you see in the United States that are prevalent. You see all these deep fried foods and modified fats. You see these sugar stuff here in the middle with fake sugars and real sugars. And then you see all this carbohydrates and fake colored foods on the right hand side. And this is what you see kids stuffing their faces with. And when you do this, you're going to have all kinds of problems. All kinds of problems. Rewards of optimal health include all kinds of great stuff. Lean body mass, self-esteem, you're not sick, you have high energy level, very few cancer cases in people that have a good, strong immune system and strong nutrition systems. And as a result, live a long, healthy life. The living food solution, of which raw milk is part of it, it's not the whole thing, but it's part of it. It includes whole, complete, unchanged foods, probiotic, enzyme-rich foods, nutrient-dense foods, and that all results in a strong immune system. And don't just take my word for it, experiment for it yourself. When you start eating this way, you start getting a robust health about yourself. And other people that come to you that have a problem, one of those listed in the previous sheet, they'll start experience recovery from it. And that's what really catches things on fire. It's not because you're selling snake oil to somebody, it's because they're coming back with a personal testimonial that says, what you said is right. Maurice, you've seen this 1,000 times. All the time. People come up and say, I don't have lactose intolerance anymore. Well, you never really did. You had intolerance to pasteurization. The fact that it was a partial food you were eating didn't have the enzymes, didn't have the good bacteria. Now you're eating a whole food that has enzymes and good bacteria, and your body can make its own lactase enzyme, and you don't have lactose intolerance. So the lie becomes apparent. And we hear this all the time with osteoporosis, and the phosphatase enzyme is missing in processed foods. It's present in raw milk. So all these things on the right-hand side that you saw listed before go away. Asthma's go away, allergies, lactose intolerant, IBS, osteoporosis. Now some of these things go away easier than other things. If you think about life as a continuum between optimal health and death, you got to, wherever you are, and some people are born a little closer over here than over here, but wherever you walk in your life, remember it took you a while to get there. It's going to take you a while to get to where you want to be if you want to change it. So don't expect miracles overnight when you try to prevent things. It takes time to progress. So if you've got a really bad case of irritable bowel syndrome, it may take you 1.5 years or 2 years to get rid of it, naturally. But if you've got allergies and asthma, generally it resolves pretty quickly when you get on these kinds of foods. But anyway, it's interesting because at the Gary Week calls all the time saying, oh, I'm near death with cancer and I want to fix myself. They just saw the light right before they saw the light, literally. And it's like, hey, great, we'll help you any way we can, but you can't quite link back over here. Or whatever it might be, extreme obesity or whatever it might be. People want to, they want to have this magic bullet provided as a promise by Western medicine that simply doesn't exist. And I often joke about Western medicine. I was a paramedic for 16 years, and one of the things we saw doctors doing constantly was trying to turn off the warning light and let the engine blow up. They're constantly turning off the signs and symptoms of something versus actually trying to fix the underlying problem. And I don't think you would pay your mechanic more than once if you took your nice car and turned off the warning light and the engine still had the problem with it, it blew up and you had to buy a new engine. Because that's precisely what happens constantly with American medicine, is the fact that we don't fix the underlying problems. And as a result, the warning light may feel good for a few hours, but I'll tell you what, you still get the headache come back or whatever it might be. And we have to go to the underlying problems, let the warning lights turn off by themselves. I'm not going to go into that slide. We are fooled, and I don't think you guys are fooled here because I'm sitting around in a chiropractic office. But the idea that the more times you go to a doctor, the healthier you will be is a complete fallacy. And unfortunately, it's been indoctrinated in our minds. Even this current mantra about health care insurance being the savior of our country is not really the savior of our country. If the health care insurance paid for preventative care or got somebody thinking educationally about changing their way, maybe so. But if all it did was buy more drugs for you, I doubt it remedies anything. In fact, it probably will bring us even more problems. If we had more of a Canadian approach where the doctors were incentivized to heal and prevent disease, and how many people didn't have obesity, and how many people didn't smoke, and how many people didn't have alcoholism, that measured that versus what we measure in the United States, which is line them up as deep as you can because I need all the revenue I can get from as many sick people. It's the wrong incentive for the wrong goal. So we got to get rid of this as the goal for our medicine. Unfortunately, the FDA does not allow us to make any claims on food. It's illegal to say that anything other than a drug cures disease. So we've even got laws that prevent me from saying, drink raw milk, make your asthma go away, which is really scary because how is anybody supposed to get the message? Well, if they're structurally not to get the message because nobody wants the message of prevention out there, they want the message of cure after you're sick, which is really sick when you think about it. Has anybody seen Sicko? Oh my gosh, oh yeah, great movie. Raw milk, we hear this all the time from people that say, you know, I don't want to drink raw milk because I don't want to get sick. I'm scared of the bacteria in raw milk. That is, in its own right, self-evident in terms of people not understanding their own physiology of what it is, in fact, that makes you well. So I'll be shocked them by saying, well, you don't know who you are then if you don't love bacteria. So we always talk about the fact that you're a bacteria sapien and explain to people what they are physiologically, and then it becomes self-evident that they don't understand the physiology, and then they kind of figure it out. But when you do raw milk the way we do raw milk, and the way Clarabelle's done raw milk too, Clarabelle has never had a pathogen found in 80 years, since 1927 when we first started. We haven't had a pathogen found in 80 million servings in 8 years of testing. When you have cows that are managed on green grass pastures, that's like we do, and you have a sunlit, sun-drenched environment, that environment literally is pathogen-free. The UV radiation, the composting of the root development of all the organic acids that are going in the soil, the cows out there in that sun environment, that's a pathogen-free environment. When the cows are in it, they become pathogen-free as well. The manure we test from the cows are actually pathogen-free. That is not the same course of events that occurs at a factory farm, where it's largely shaded, it's a monoculture without anything green at all, it's all just a big pile of manure with lots of antibiotics and grain, where you find pathogens 30% of the time, in manure and in the milk.
In the air.
Well, you can fight in the air too.
Getting passed by Harrison's Ranch kills you.
Yeah, and a lot of methane being created there when you have a cow that's turned into a brewery from just having a lot of brewers, distillers, grains, or grains themselves. So you have to change the minds that raw milk that is tested and intended and produced for human consumption is extremely safe and has been safe forever. Because it's a completely different set of principles that you use to make raw milk for human consumption versus raw milk intended for pasteurization. They're just completely different paradigms, different rules, different regulations. And so we believe that our raw milk is never guaranteed to be 100% safe, ever. We can't guarantee safety of any food. What we can do is give a very, very high level of assurance of safety, and we can also guarantee you one thing that pasteurized milk can't guarantee you, and that is that your immune system will be stronger if a bad bug comes along your way. And therefore, you'll be able to resist it and probably not become sick from it, or maybe not even know that it even came your way at all, whether it be from raw milk or someplace else. So this idea of a guarantee of something is no longer something that we talk about when we talk about living foods, because guess what? There are no guarantees. 3 people died from pasteurized milk last year in Massachusetts, but yet people are always looking for a guarantee. There are no guarantees.